everyone. Welcome to Platform Services Breakout Session PS-6, aka the future of Guidewire data platform and financial reporting. As a reminder, anything covered, any future-looking statements today are covered under a safe harbor statement. But my name is Brady Hagstrom. I'm a senior product marketing manager at Guidewire, covering our cloud and data platform areas. I'm stoked to be here with you today talking about this very important topic. I'm joined today by Gal Josephberg, VP of Product Management and Operations for Guidewire Cloud Platform. Scott Rhodes, Principal Product Manager, Senior Product Manager for Data Hub, Info Center, and our data platform solution content. And Principal Product Manager, Tom DeMarco, responsible for Explore and responsible for supporting our financial reporting roadmap and delivery. Our agenda today and what we aim to talk to you about, first, the key takeaways that we hope to impart on you. Second, I'll be talking about the market challenges and opportunities driving this product area and why it is so important. Gal will be talking about the data platform vision and roadmap and the different products that we have available. And Scott will be talking about the future of financial reporting and why that's so important. We aim to leave around 10 minutes or more for questions at the end, so be sure to write them and save them down to be able to ask at the end. First key takeaway today is that insurers are far behind in their data maturity. Second, Guidewire Data Platform is available today with GA products that solve real business challenges that insurers have. And the last is Guidewire Data Platform enables the curation, the acceleration of InsuranceSuite data curation to produce audited and balanced financial reporting. Let's set the stage. Advanced analytics drives intelligent decision-making that insurers want. Things like optimizing claims to reduce cycle times, selecting the right risk at the right time, discovering and retaining those best and ideal customers that you might have, amongst others. For example, let's double click on how to optimize claims handling for a claims handler, who today in their day-to-day work life are handling each and every claim that they have, driving up average cycle times. Now imagine this across a team of claims handlers and the types of numbers and inefficiency that there is. They don't have the right data insight to tell them that their claim is a no-touch. And if that persists, this status quo remains. Certain claims, based upon specific characteristics, if given the right data insight, would allow that claim to be considered to go straight through and allow that claims handler to focus on claims that are a little bit more complex, that do require that direct handling while closing out that claim and being able to reduce the average cycle times and at the same time improve customer satisfaction. That's just one example of the type of intelligent decision-making that could be possible here. However, here's the complication. Insurers are behind in their data maturity. Recently, Deloitte conducted a survey of insurers on where they're at in their data journey. And they kind of had three buckets, three categories, three stages in where they were at. The first is explorers, who do some basic reporting, they do some predictive modeling. The second is adopters, who are making data more widely available through machine learning, through AI, in some areas of the business, but not all. And the third is pioneers, who are using advanced analytics to drive intelligent decision-making across their entire business, across the P&C lifecycle. Now, this study was self-reported, and the key takeaway was that only 6% self-identified themselves as being in that pioneer category. So, what's causing them to be left behind? Insurance is a very data-driven industry, yet accessible, relevant, and trustworthy data can feel impossible to wrangle. Because building, maintaining, standing up, managing data infrastructure is expensive, difficult, complex to do. Insurance is one of the most data-driven industries because it is very much a numbers game based upon the products and services that it delivers to its policyholders. I know you all know this. P&C needs to up their game, but there are some real technical blockers to doing so. And it often falls on the IT and the data teams to navigate these obstacles. Which brings us to Guidewire Data Platform. Our vision for Guidewire Data Platform is to bring together core system and enterprise data for easy access, data curation, and to operationalize insights for users across the P&C lifecycle. In terms of the market opportunities that we at Guidewire see and think that we can help you with, is one, and you've covered this, insurers are behind in their data maturity. Two, when you do have a reporting and analytics project, upwards of 80% of time is simply spent on the data collection, cleansing, preparation, wrangling, curation of that data before it even gets into an analytics application. And three, this is all happening with an increasingly complex technology ecosystem where more data access, data silos, integrations every single day. So now that I've set the stage, I'm now going to pass the baton to Gall Josephsberg to talk about the business outcomes that our roadmap and products aim to achieve.
Thank you, Brady. Before I do that, I just want to reiterate something about this vision, right? If you think about it, these are the three levels of what it is that you do as data scientists or as data users, right? The base level is access. How do I access the data? I mean, InsuranceSuite is meant as an operational database, and you need the ability to access the raw data. Then curation, that goes one step beyond to more than just the raw data. It's how do I get curated data sets that actually have meaning built in. And finally, insight. How do I actually derive insight from those curated data sets to make decisions on? Some of you, based on what you heard from Brady, are on different stages of that data journey. A lot of the data journey is literally just getting access to the data. We've done our best to make that as easy as possible for you. But that's, when we talk about access, curation, and insight, those are the different levels of like, I just want access to the raw data. Oh, I want access to curated data. Oh, I want actually access to the insights derived from that data to make my decisions on. I would like to say one thing. I think I kind of spoke ahead of some of my points here, but I would like to also say one thing because I know we had the keynote earlier today. Just about everything that we're going to be talking about here today, we'll make sure to differentiate whether it's GA or not. And I know later on we'll be talking about things like financial reporting, which is not yet GA. But the data platform itself is fully GA today. We have multiple ways of accessing the data, the raw data. We have multiple ways of accessing curated data. And we have multiple systems to get insights out of the system. I'm going to be highlighting 3 of them in the next slide, but I want to make sure that you understand that a lot of this is already GA. We are not here talking about something that is completely unavailable just yet. I would say the majority of what we're going to be discussing today is already available, with the exception of some of the financial reporting stuff that is coming soon. I'd also like to add that this is applicable to just about any insurer, right? And I think it's a mistake that people make, oh, we're too small, we can't do this, right? At the end of the day, insurance is a business that runs on data, right? It's one of the most data-driven businesses out there. I mean, there's a whole field of math, actuarial math, right? Just for insurance. And without the data, then you're not going to be able to do your business correctly. And so I know when a lot of our customers move to the cloud, for example, they're still thinking, oh, I need to focus just on the operational stuff. Like, I believe that's a mistake. I believe part of the cloud strategy, because we've made all of these features available for you, is to also think about what is my data strategy. I want to move to the cloud. I can operationalize a lot of stuff. I also want to make sure that I have a data strategy in place. Let's talk about just 3 aspects. And again, you can see here the data access, the curation, and the insights right here. So CDA is our most full-featured way of getting data out of the system. Do we have other ways? Absolutely. We've got snapshot export where you can get a whole copy of the database. We've got a read replica where you can query. But CDA, that's the standard, right? It's a full CDC stream of every single change to the database. You get all of that in an S3 bucket. You can read it. You can create your own data warehouse. We've got customers who are building operational integrations off of that. But that, if we're talking about data access, this is it. Every single thing that happens in our system streamed to you as it happens. That's CDA, right? The second piece is Data Studio. Hey, CDA is nice, but wow, it's a little overwhelming. I'm getting all these database change events, but what do I do with them? How do I know what they mean? Data Studio is the ability to take that data sets and create curated data sets. I need just all my policy close events with all the associated graph data. Are there other ways of getting that? Yeah, we've got, for example, something called app events, where instead of creating a data set, it streams curated events to you. So again, there's multiple ways to do almost everything, primarily because data has such widespread needs. And this is why you should think about your data strategy as you're moving to Guidewire Cloud. Finally, Explore. Explore then is that system of insights on top of the curation layer, right? It's a way of injecting a little bit of AI, a little bit of machine learning into what you're doing and really understand what's happening in your business. So again, data access, data curation, data insights. And there's more examples of each of these on the data platform. These are just probably the most commonly used examples, so we thought we'd highlight them here. We have a pretty aggressive roadmap for the data platform because we know it's such an integral part of our customers' business. I'm going to highlight just a little bit in general here, and then I want to talk about two specific projects. But in general, right now, we're working on finishing up that CDA layer. We've gotten it to the point where I think just about every customer, Philly over there is the guy who runs CDA for product management. So he's going to correct me if I'm wrong. We'll see what his face says in a second here. But most of our customers are using CDA right now as their base data access. We do have customers who are also using read replicas and snapshot export in tandem with this, and that's great. Far be it from us to tell you not to use these features, but CDA is now our standard that most customers are using to get the raw data access. And you can see here that we've been focused, especially over the last 2 years, on making CDA faster. And we want to make sure that we don't even miss a single transaction. The millions that happen every day, sometimes every hour, we don't want to miss a single one. That's been our focus in the short term, and we're just about done with that. In the longer term, I want to highlight two different things. Actually, third one will be these two guys over here. We're trying to enable applications to be built on top, not just our own, but also partner applications. How do we enable applications that can provide data into the system? How can we enable new applications that can read data into the system, right? Those are number one and number two projects there, right? Number one is we've built this rich data platform. Now what's the application strategy that goes on top? Number two is data federation. Data federation means, hey, we're not the only source of data out there. You should be able to federate our data with other people's data and stream that into your systems of insight. We recognize that there's such a richness of data vendors out there these days that you should be able to take those data vendors, marry them with our data, and make them available to your systems of insight. So that's number one and number two in our short-term, mid-term future for the data platform. Now, last but not least, we're doing a lot with financial reporting, right? How do we create, again, a system of insight that runs on top of our curated data sets that really shows you how your business is doing financially? For that, I'm going to bring up Tom Scott to take over. Thank you. Oh, Scott, you're up first.
Yep.
You go.
I did not dare jump up like he did. I hurt myself.
I break my leg.
All right, thank you, Gal. Like any other business, insurers have to monitor and measure their business performance to drive their optimal outcomes. Executives, business managers need quick access to key operational and financial business metrics, enabling them to quickly pivot on the results. In addition, insurers also want to empower their claims, underwriting, sales, and service management teams to make informed decisions. They do not want to have to wait to submit an IT request and wait for that to be fed back to them in the form of a report or a dashboard. However, business analysts at insurers today often face one of two problems. Either they're getting too much information, too much data, no context, or too little information, both of which result in an inability to make timely and effective decisions. The daily torrent of internal and external data just exacerbates these circumstances. More disparate data, more reports, and more siloed tools. On the other hand, data warehousing and reporting solutions, while accurate, they're expensive to maintain. Updates are typically applied nightly for previous business day data, and as the underlying systems change that they're feeding from, it causes continuous development and management of that platform. The static reports and traditional business intelligence tools, they answer yesterday's questions. They do not answer the questions about tomorrow. An example of one of the ways Guidewire solved these problems is with Explore and the insurance-specific data models that are included with it. The first iteration of Explore content was focused on operational data. The intent was to provide the ability to manage and review the operation of your business in near real-time data updates. Some of the focus of this original content is to improve customer responsiveness by addressing the various operational bottlenecks, drive premium growth through a more prioritized submission process, and boost productivity and performance with near real-time data. From a policy center perspective, the current Explore for Policy content tracks the policy through to which the submission is bound. It pretty much ends there. The dashboards and underlying supporting data do not follow the bound policy and related metrics through its life cycle. Depending on your role, work experience, background, if I ask you what is financial reporting, we're going to get a few different answers. If you have finance background, that's going to be income statements, cash flow statements, balance sheets. If you have the riveting job of executing regulatory reporting, you might say those are yellow book or statutory reports. If you're underwriting or marketing manager, that may be, what is my premium production by product line across my agents. With Los Leños, Guidewire is delivering as an EA capability in Explore the initial phase of financial reporting and insights, purpose-built using your policy center data to visualize your KPIs, dimensions, and attribution. The new content tracks the life of the policy beyond submission, measuring KPIs like earned and unearned premiums, policy premium change activity, and in-force premiums. The underlying data can also be leveraged for other use cases like general ledger, regulatory reporting, but what we're really solving for is the more granular analysis of premium production across attributes like line of business, geography, producer, and account. As Gal brought up, the Data Studio is a dataset preparation application. It sits on top of the data platform and provides access to the raw and curated data. The value is not in just getting access to your raw data, but in how the Guidewire data platform provides curated data sets in an immediately usable format. CDA, where it provides raw data from your InsuranceSuite applications with all the transaction changes. Data Studio, it contains the replicated source data, but also contains a current row view of that data for inquiries and validation exercises. And it has all the historical change data in place. Data Studio also provides the ability to begin downstream data set preparation based on curated baseline, including an insurance data model for Guidewire Data Studio, which we'll review in the upcoming slides. It also integrates with Explore, Predict, and Bring Your Own Business Intelligence tooling. Data Studio is the mechanism by which to build out and publish business-ready data sets so your business have insights. The three topics: insurance data model for Guidewire Data Studio. We are automatically generating a data model across all your lines of business, an extendable audit and balancing content and developing framework, and the financial content delivered in both Data Studio and Explore in the form of published data marts, reports, and visualizations. As part of the initial policy financial reporting rollout, we're also including this insurance data model. This content is automatically generated in your environment and on day one is ready to leverage for building out additional content using this simplified representation of the policy data. This model is an abstraction of the underlying complexity of the InsuranceSuite application data models. In this model, we are automatically managing the denormalization of the type list values and key attribution. We're managing the relationship and joins between all the entities making up that model. And we're embedding business logic to interpret transactional allocation to calculate common P&C metrics. The insurance data model also includes insurance calculations and attributes necessary for financial reporting, things like in-force premium, pro rata earned premium, unearned premium, and written premium. This insurance data model is going to include your extension columns for the entities included in that model, capturing the specific elements of your uniquely configured lines of business. The insurance model is based on the model we implemented with Data Hub. The primary difference, all your extension columns are already built into it automatically. You do not have to build them out yourself. Through Data Studio, you have the ability to extend the insurance data model to fit your needs. You can add additional attributes. You can change the way you're calculating earned premium within that model, all to fit your specific business needs. The model captures all the history, allowing you to view the data both as the policy looked at a given point in time, as of a specific change, or what it looks like today. The purpose of the insurance data model is to accelerate your time to value in creation of content necessary for you to run your business by leveraging the Guidewire data platform flow of data from your InsuranceSuite applications through to Data Studio. This generated content then serves as the basis for creation and publication of data marts and baseline data sets necessary for downstream management activities, and as a source for the creation of dashboards, visualizations, and reports. As we expand on the insurance data model, we'll be pushing out additional models to support a variety of use cases. As part of this initial rollout, we're also publishing an audit and balancing content package and developing framework. This is specifically to check the balance between the source of the data coming into the Data Studio curation engine all the way through to what's been published for these data marts. The metrics are captured daily for each line of business, including aggregates of counts and amounts, and distinct count of business keys for any other entities. The resulting audit data sets will also include difference columns, providing a quick reference highlighting any discrepancies. This initial content offering can be viewed and extended via Data Studio to include additional metrics or add more granularity to capture your specific business needs. While the insurance data model provides us a tremendous amount of value through the automatic generation of a customized dimensional data model, a baseline for your downstream consumer capabilities, it does not play well with BI tools. To complete the full reporting value picture for policy data in Explore, with Las Líneas, Guidewire has delivered a policy financial reporting EA solution built on top of the insurance data model. This capability is available today for any customer that has licensed Explore for policy. See me afterwards if you're interested in joining the EA program for this content. The foundation of the solution are star schema data marts consisting of both a calendar year and an inception to date, with key dimension tables that provide holistic view of your financial metrics across all your products, producers, and markets. All your historical data stored in Policy Center is included, and it calculates and stores future earned and unearned premium amounts for all premium transactions to give you a forecasted view of your current policy book. Similar to the way we delivered Explore for Policy, this initial rollout includes the 2 data marts that solve distinct business use cases. The first is a calendar year data mart that provides accounting date-based monthly totals and aggregate totals for quarter to date and year to date written, earned, and unearned premium. It also includes end-of-month in-force premium amounts that allow for easy trending and analysis of your active book of business. Second, the inception to date data mart captures the aggregate of all historical transactions, providing the breakdown of written premium amounts like new, renewal, audit, and endorsements, allowing for evaluation on a policy year basis. It's also accessible via Data Studio. It provides you a pattern to follow, customize, and extend, and reduces the effort to generate new views of the data, specifically to accelerate the time to value. With the policy financial insights and reporting rollout, these data marts are not only included with Explore, but can be published via Data Studio as external content accessible by your own BI tools or other data integration needs. Within Explore, if you have admin group membership, you'll be able to manage the joins between these tables and work with building out the business layer names for the content. The worksheet definitions are exposed to your end users, allowing them to interact with the data on more business-related terms and easily build out visualization content. There are 2 worksheets that are included out of the box with this. We do not include all of the attribution fields that are available in the underlying data. With the way we've published the data marts, most attributes necessary for business needs are probably there, but they are not included in the worksheets by default. You have the ability, however, to make copies of those worksheets or create your own specifically to cover any multitude of use cases you have. The dashboards and KPIs generated through Explore are built from these two worksheets, leveraging Explorer's rich AI capabilities and surface areas of your business that need further analysis. The underlying fact table content allows us to provide additional formula metrics as part of our dashboards and visualizations. Things out of the box that are built in are in-force and written policy counts, average premiums for policy, average premium for in-force policy, and canceled policy counts. As an extra piece of news around Explore for Las Liñas, you will have the ability to embed Explore content directly in your InsuranceSuite applications, making the data more actionable, providing the ability to access key business metrics without having to switch between the InsuranceSuite applications and Explore. All of the data supporting these and other use cases will be present in Data Studio with the ability to support stat reporting, third-party data feeds, agency portals, any other industry data feeds. Policy financial reporting content is available through an EA program now. The plan is for GA for Mammoth in the spring. The roadmap also includes claims and billing financials. Claims is planned for Mammoth as well, and billing for Niseko in the summer. We will continue to expand the policy content for additional metrics and use cases. Currently in play right now we're working on activities, submissions and quotes, earned exposure, enforced TIV, and retention. With that, I will let Brady close us out.
I too will hurt myself if I try to jump up on the stage. So, if you didn't remember anything today, I want you to remember these three things. Insurers are behind in their data maturity and have real challenges facing them. 2, Guidewire Data Platform is available today with real GA products that solve real problems. And last, Guidewire Data Platform soon will be enabling the acceleration of InsuranceSuite data curation to produce audited and balanced financial reporting. And with that, I will now move over to our open Q&A. I believe we have Leslie and Aaron to run microphones.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Praveen Rai with Capgemini. So thanks, this is a great preview on the stuff which is to come. But as soon as you enable customers, they would ask for more. So the first thing which hit my mind was, if you're going to enable earned premium and earned commissions, and the immediate parallel would be Data Hub, right? So if I'm a customer who has a specific financial calendar, or I'm doing my premium calculations a different way, like fully earned or daily processing or extended reporting period, rules of 24ths, any of those, would that be allowed in Data Studio, or how can I enable that in Data Studio?
It looks like Tom was nodding his head there.
Yeah, so any of those kinds of changes, whether it's you want to change the earnings algorithm, you want to add your own finance calendar, right? You can even do that in Explore. You can add your own custom finance calendar. So from a visualization layer perspective, you can make that change. But all those kinds of changes are available within Data Studio. So you'll have access to the underlying model. You'll have access to the queries that generate those tables, and you'll be able to make copies of those and then make your changes and then be able to publish those again back to Explore. Sure.
Wait for the mic.
Yes.
So would that be allowed, or what would it be a set of queries and stuff which would do that, or would you have a transformation engine or program which can allow that?
So
For Data Studio specifically.
So you're asking the type of persona that would make those changes?
No, I'm saying that if there is a slightly more complex ETL
Yes.
logic which needs to be included, would Data Studio allow that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And there is a Data Studio session this afternoon at 3:45? 3:45.
If you have a handheld microphone, please hold it close to your mouth if you're asking a question or answering. Thank you.
Okay, so questions here, a couple of layers. So we have Data Hub and Info Center. So it sounds like we're replacing the future roadmap, and when we upgrade to the cloud, is we would migrate those then to Data Studio, and well, to CDA, Data Studio, and to the Explorer. And is that the kind of the vision roadmap that you guys are? And does Data Hub and Info Center? I mean, because it has kind of an end of life date, more or less-ish.
Right.
I wouldn't say it has an end of life date. I mean, at the end of the day, Guidewire tends to support things. I think I got the mic.
Yeah, you're
link's working. We tend to support things for a long time. So if you have, for example, we have a number of customers who are running DHIC in the cloud. I don't think I'm going to be telling them anytime soon, like, wave goodbye and move on. Nobody panic if like you heard that. But I will say that this is the future, right? So if you are going to be migrating 2 years from now or even next year, yes, we probably will ask you, hey, do you want to do this instead of migrating your existing DHIC? I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of you are using DHIC quite well, but I think you all know the SAP and the Oracle technology that it's worked on, that it's based on, is getting harder and harder to update and maintain, and we want to give everybody a viable future.
Yep. Okay. And then, so the other part you were mentioning, more like predictive analytics, and so predicting severity of a claim is one of the examples.
Right.
So we're also licensed for Guidewire Predictive Analytics.
Correct.
We have a model that's published out there, and we're integrating with Claim Center. So it's like a severity, probability to pay, and days to close. And we're looking at trying to build another model and push it out there.
That's right.
So do we continue on that platform, or does that?
Predict is still supported in the cloud, but it will be built, or it is built, on this platform, right? So
On the Data Studio then, is that, or directly in CDA, or it depends on?
So CDA is a feed off of the data platform. Predict, and in all the future, there's a variety of presentations, disconnections about the new machine learning stuff that we're doing, the new predictive analytics stuff that we're doing. All of that is based on the data platform in a variety of ways, shapes, and forms.
Okay. All right. And because the way we do, prepare the data to push up as a model through their tool is, SQL, either SQL out of Data Hub or SQL right out of Claim Center.
We want to make sure that you don't have to do that. We do that for you.
Okay.
That's the
All
goal.
right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi, I'm from Travelers. My name is Wing Liu. A question I have is, I heard one of the screens, so I want to understand this is not just for analytical or management reporting. Is that going to be a source that I can actually feed data to my general ledger? My question is really to the level of accuracy and the trust of the data, right? What is the tolerant level? Because if I remember correctly, 2 years ago, we were told that you can just you can use CDA to feed the data to your GL system. And a couple years ago, if I remember correctly, it was said that CDA will be trustworthy, you can rely on it.
Correct.
Data Studio used to be, it was like an analytic reporting. So it wasn't meant to be a source to feed to a GL. With the continued involvement now, there are financial reporting, it can be used to balance and reconcile. Am I reading this right? There is another source here now. We can use it to feed our data to our GL system, and the level of accuracy and the trust level of it.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
And there is a Data Studio session again later today, 3:45. But yes, at the end of the day, we don't want to prescribe just one set way of doing it. Different people, we want to do different things, and in fact, these ways may be complementary. So the answer is yes, you will have, I guess, multiple ways of feeding the general ledger, depending on what you're choosing to do. Did I misstate any of that?
No, that was
Anything?
it.
Okay.
Yep.
How you doing? Paul Thario from Markel Insurance. My question is on audit. We have no problem telling what the data was in the S3 all the way downstream. We can audit that. We know what we've got. But what we don't know is what's in the S3. I can't today say with any accuracy that Claim Center landed everything in the S3 accurately. And those are questions that internal and external audit are asking of my team. Is there any way that we can tell what we're accurately putting in the S3?
Yes, and after this session, you should find, Philly, am I okay volunteering you? This guy right here, and he can explain that more because we've created and are about to release, let's see if Philly shakes his head no or yes, into EA, the validation framework.
It's already releasable. But I can talk more.
There you go, that guy right there.
But it doesn't help you if you've already missed before you go on.
Yes,
Yes.
it's not retroactive, that is
Yes.
correct.
So if you miss transactions before you go live with the integration service, you have to just know that you're going live from the integration service point implementation point.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm speaking from experience.
Right.
Yep.
No, it's fair experience.
Hi there. Ashish Nayak from Allstate Insurance. Does this support regulatory reports like IFRS 17, etc.? Like the definitions and everything, or we still need to produce it?
I mean, the dimensional model has the data that you need to generate those. We're not doing any specific curations to actually create a statutory data feed, right? But all the data is there that you can then use to generate those regulatory reports. So we're not generating like a true statutory sort of data feed for every state in the US, for example, right?
And that's available through the insurance data model?
Yeah, that's part of the insurance data model, right? Where we're generating all those earnings and doing the written premiums and doing the audit and balancing of that data.
Okay, thank you. And the second question is, this is more a structured data, but like say, suppose if we want to bring unstructured or semi-structured data, is it something that are you looking as a part of this roadmap where we can integrate within Guidewire platform, or the best practice is to extract from the structured data from Guidewire platform and do that thing in our data lake, etc.?
I don't think I can answer that for you without knowing a lot more information, so maybe we can have a follow-up on that. The answer is maybe. Sorry, that's the best I can do.
Hello, my name is Silvina. I am from Travelers. The question is simple. Is the curate data persisted?
Is the curated data persisted?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
When that happen, real time, when the real table is updated, the curated table is updated too?
You know?
I believe it's under around a half hour. So it's like a definition of like a soft real time.
Okay.
But it's, yeah. If you come to the PS4 different data access approaches with Bruce Engel, he'd be able to give you the exact figure. But I believe it's around a half hour.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Then, are we about to be kicked out of here for the next presentation?
Close, yeah.
Make it quick.
We're close? Okay.
So two questions. One is, so if the Data Studio model is basically Data Hub based in Delta, plus the extensions already factored in, have you had any clients that did something where they really wanted to get, they wanted to replace the SAP bots, ETL engine, but they weren't ready to upgrade, let's say, Cognos yet? Have they done something where they've basically interfaced Cognos into Data Studio? The model's mostly the same. So
Good question. We're actually looking at doing sort of the opposite of that, potentially, right? Getting Explorer sort of tied into some of the Cognos data, some of the info center data. I don't think we have any customers doing the other way.
No, we have not pushed toward the other direction.
Okay, all right. And then the other question is external data. How extensible is Data Studio? Our problem is policies in a separate application, finance and billing is in another application, and plus we have a lot of other external data. Let's say, for instance, doctor explanation of benefits for workers' comp. If we wanted to bring that in and kind of ETL it or parse it or recordize that, what are the capabilities of Data Studio to bring those external data in and then put your tools on top of it?
Yeah, I mean, that's where the data federation.
Right. I don't think we'd be able to do that until we're done with Data Federation, right? Because right now, Data Studio only accesses Guidewire data sources.
Yep.
Now, when
That's right.
and I'm hoping this is calendar 25, when we enable Data Federation, then you should be able to plug in your own data sources, and then Data Studio can do that.
Okay.
But not yet.
Okay, all right, thanks.
But if you wanted to pull Data Studio content out, any standard JDBC or ODBC connectivity would allow you to pull those curated data sets out. Yep.
That's what we're doing now. We're doing
Yep.
our data lake in AWS and S3.
Okay. Yep.
Good deal. Last question.
This new reporting will be available on digital portals. For example, we can embed the Explorer into the Produce Engage portal.
Yeah, so Scott mentioned we have completed the integration or the embedding framework for InsuranceSuite, and tomorrow afternoon, Claim Center team will demo our first use case that we built with them, where we're embedding a claim supervisor use case dashboard. So digital, we are just now completing that sort of embedding framework. And we'll be documenting that so that you can embed into digital applications as well. We're also looking at embedding Explore content into external Guidewire applications. So if you have your own agency portal or some sort of external application, you'll be able to access the same content within Explore and be able to embed that as well. So yeah, we're trying to cover all bases there.
Okay.
Yep.
We got about a minute if we have one last question from the audience.
It's got to be quick, so it's got to be an easy question.
Yes or no?
Yeah, yes or no, true or false, multiple choice style.
Well, feel free to email us and reach out if you have any questions that you didn't ask today. Again, thank you so much for coming today. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.